Hi guys, welcome to another reading on my channel, The Wisdom of Intuition. Today we'll be looking at why is your person acting this way. I'm giving you the opportunity to choose which person you want to ask about, what behavior you want to ask about. So there are no specifications in terms of what type of relationship you and this person might have or what situation might be between the two of you. So I'm leaving it quite open for each one of you to ask about the current situation you have. So do bear in mind that this is a general reading, and because it's so general, it might not resonate completely for some of you. It is also a timeless reading, so whenever you find it, you should find your messages within one or more piles. We have 3 different piles today that you can choose from. So we have pile 1 with this crystal, ruby crystal, and the card number 13. We have pile 2 with aquamarine and the card number 3. And last but not least, we have mookaite crystal. I think it's mookaite jasper to be precise, with the card number 24. If you need some time to choose your pile, you can pause the video now and maybe even meditate on the piles. If not, I'll see you in your pile. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. You have chosen the ruby crystal and the card number 13. So this is the deck that is called Oracle of Visions, and it's a type of a deck that consists of merely pictures and symbols and of course a number, and one should use their intuition to understand that, even though there is a book that can describe the meaning of the card, but I've decided not to do that. So I'd rather rely on my own intuition when it comes to the meaning of this card. So this card represents the main energy and even the reason why your person is acting this way. And the biggest issue I see here for your person is their need for control. And of course, with the number 13, which we can name as number 4 if we add up 1 and 3 together, then we definitely get this feeling of them wanting to be on top of things, wanting to control the situation, wanting to control the outcome, wanting to have the power and the ability to actually create future events of how this situation might resolve itself. So they want to be in control. They're wishing to be the one that will actually manifest in which direction this situation should go and what result they should get, and you of course, from this situation. So I definitely see your person is wanting to control you and the whole situation, and they are doing it without scruples. They're really not choosing means. They're doing everything that's within their power, and they truly don't mind hurting anybody within the process. So this is a bit of a warning for you, pile 1. I do have to say that because this person will not think twice. This person will just do what the heck they want to do. They'll be so focused on the outcome they want to achieve that they wouldn't mind even walking over you or other people to get to their destination. But let's pull some more cards to get a deeper insight into why is this person acting this way. So what do we need to know here? Why is this person acting this way? I do have to say as well that this person does have a problem with the 3rd chakra. So the chakra that is responsible for our willpower and our actions towards the outside world. And this is a person that definitely has way too much power in their hands, or they want to be more influential, powerful, or they're using the position of or playing the role of a victim so that they can influence other people into doing what they want them to do. So be careful with this person because they are playing a very vicious game. Let's see, why is this person acting this way? We have the King. Light attributes, enlightened, benevolent leadership, benefiting those in your charge. And we have the shadow attributes, excessive feelings of entitlement, rulership without restraint. And this is exactly what I see here. So this person thinks they are entitled to something or someone, and they are really not thinking about what damage they might cause. And they're just so focused on their right to have something or someone in their life that they really don't care how many people they need to, pardon my French, screw over to get there. Because they think that they have a right. And like everybody else is just collateral damage and they don't really care. And this person does put themselves above you in some way. They think that they are better than you, or they want to feel better than you, and they will do anything to achieve that, to get that feeling of superiority. And bear that in mind, because this person is not someone that you should mess around with, because they have the means to really make serious damage to you and to people around you. Let's see what else. Why is this person acting this way? Pile 1. We have Sacred Earth Mother, a message of love, of course. So this person, for me, this card means that this person didn't get the motherly love they should have gotten when they were a child. And they're so deprived of love, of this gentleness and understanding and empathy, that they can't even fathom what it means like to care for another, to do something with regards to other people's feelings and how their actions affect other people's lives. And I see that this person is totally deprived of that sense, of that feminine energy. And this is why this person is so rigorous. That's why they're so, I would even say, violent for some of you, because they are just charging ahead no matter what. And because this person has a lack of love, which they should have gotten earlier in life from their mother primarily, and then other people as well, I feel that this person just adapted their way of acting because it's the only way that they felt that like they could get the love and respect and understanding, or whatever it is that they were trying to achieve, by using this type of force and manipulation in order to get to their goals. So I do feel that this person's behavior is a direct reflection of the lack of love they received when they were little. It doesn't mean that I'm like making a case for them here and just trying to get to the bottom of this so you guys can better understand. This doesn't mean that you should be gentle with them and put up with their nonsense. It just means that when you understand why they're behaving like this, where does this stem from, you can maybe use your way of sharing the love so that that message might touch a part of them that still wishes to receive that love that they were deprived of when they were younger. And of course, if that doesn't work, then the best thing to do is to move away from this person, to distance yourself, because this person is a dangerous one to have around. Let's see what else. Why is this person acting this way, pile 1? Why is this person acting this way? We have the ego's doom. And one more. We have learning. Beautiful. So I have to say these cards are one of my favorites, and I simply love to use them in my readings. So with the ego's doom and learning, again, you see the little child here. So I definitely feel they didn't get the attention or the love or affection that they felt they needed when they were a child. And the only way that they could draw attention to themselves was through this game of, I have the right to do this, you cannot stop me, I'm doing it anyway, it's my right. So through this entitlement and just doing whatever the heck they wanted, regardless of other people, they have been getting the attention that they were lacking from when they were a child. And with the ego's doom, I do feel like this person, even though they are progressing and actually getting away with their behavior, I do feel like this is something that might change very soon. Because with the ego's doom, we see here that the person is actually getting out of the cages that ego has constructed, out of the boxes the ego wants to put a person in, to identify a person with. And I do feel that for your person, something will happen in the near future that will really bring them down to earth. And they will have something like a tower moment where their perception might drastically change. But until that, this person is really in a box, in this ego prison. And this is why they feel so entitled. And they are so greatly identified with this role of the king and their right to rule that it's become quite unsustainable in their lives, but definitely in your life, pile one, because you are the one that is asking about this person. So that means this really troubles you. And if you don't see another way out, then a good thing might be to distance yourself from this person. Let's take a few tarot cards to clarify this, to see what else we need to know. Why is this person acting this way? What do you need to know, pile one? We have the Hermit. We have the Eight of Wands. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Yeah. It's like this person was abandoned, or they felt like they were abandoned. We have the Lovers. And we have the Page of Wands. So this Nine of Pentacles is speaking to me the loudest from all of these cards that I see here. And I do feel like either they were abandoned by their parent, primarily by their mother, but it doesn't have to be necessarily just the mother. It can be the father or grandparents or somebody who was very dear to them. So they were either abandoned or they felt like they were abandoned in a certain situation. And when it comes to little children, their perception is quite plastic. It's just black and white. It's either life or death. So maybe their mother left them with their grandparents and went to work, and they felt like the mother was abandoning them. So it can be like a simple situation like that, but in the perception, in the mind of the little child, it would have felt as if the mother had abandoned them. So bear that in mind. We carry a lot of subconscious beliefs that we are not even aware of, where we got them and how. But once we go through certain processes and techniques and methods, we can get to the root and actually heal that and change that for our benefit. So I do feel that for your person, this might be the biggest issue. But not just this, we have the Hermit here, which tells me that this person is somebody who feels like they have no one to turn to, like they're on their own, like they're alone in the world. They cannot have support, they cannot have friendships, they cannot have people who they can trust. And I feel like this is one of the reasons that is really fueling this need for control, because they don't feel like they can work together with anybody. And this is why they are so rigid. This is why they want to control everything. Because if they don't do that, they don't feel like anybody will act in their interest. And this is what makes their issue a bit more complicated. Because it's not just I'm abandoned by my mother or somebody that's dear to me. I cannot turn to anybody else. And this is why this person is actually very alone. This is what I'm getting. They're actually very sad and depressed underneath that need to control everything. So I do feel bad for this person, and don't take that the wrong way. I'm guessing that you have problems with this person, that they're not doing the right things with you and with your relationship, but still, when we look under the surface, we all need the same things: love, respect, understanding, trust, and certain other resources that are crucial for our mental and emotional health. So I do see this person to their core, and this is why I feel sorry, because I don't think they've had a proper upbringing for them to be a functional adult. But however, now that they are adult, it's within their power to change it. So I'm actually looking at the inner child, and I feel sorry for the inner child. If this person is an adult, they should be able to change that with their own will. So do have that in mind. I'm not justifying them. I just want you to understand that each and every one of us, when we go deep into our core, we want the same things. But because we didn't get them when we were little, when we didn't have any influence over it, we might have become an adults that have very destructive and toxic behaviors. And with the Eight of Wands here, this person is very, like I already said, aggressive. Either they are very loud or forceful, or I do feel that for some of you they are even aggressive, and they're really pushing everything forward, and they're basically demolishing everything in front of them so that they can move forward. And this is why I feel like this person is dangerous, because they don't see what repercussions come out from their behavior. And because of that, they are such a force, a destructive force, and you don't want to have anything with that. You cannot change that. And I think it's best for you to really distance yourself for your own benefit. And with the Lovers here, like I already said, I feel like this person will come out of this very soon, because I think that they will come in contact with somebody who is better at this game than they are. And this will be a shock to them, and they will have to choose either to go all the way and take a chance on being destroyed by the stronger person, or actually change their ways. And this is where I feel like they will see the wrongs of their way, the wrongs of their doings, and actually change for the better. And with the Page of Wands, I do feel like they will turn to themselves and that little person, that inner child, and they will start to relearn things and start to do things differently. It will take some time. I do have to say that, Pile 1. But I do feel like for this person, we can expect some improvement in the future. Not in the near future, but definitely within a year or two, I think this person will get some improvement on this topic. My dear Pile 1, this was your reading. I hope this helped, and I do hope that you find your way of dealing with this person and to protect yourself so that you don't get the repercussions from this person's behavior. Take care of yourself, Pile 1, and I hope that I see you in the next reading. Bye. Hello, Pile 2. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the Aquamarine crystal and the card number 3. So, what I'm getting from this card intuitively for your person, they're acting this way because they feel lack of interest, a lack of will for life, a will for doing something with their life. It's like they lost their inspiration, their motives, their goals, and that they don't actually see the point in doing something, in achieving something. It's like life has been sucked out of them, and they're just sitting here. They feel like their life is boring, that there's nothing to do, nothing inspires them. They're just not motivated to do anything. There's somebody who either has been disappointed in something or someone, so they decided not to act. Or there's somebody who doesn't see the benefit in doing something for themselves or for something in their life. So they lack meaning. They lack purpose. And I see all these beautiful animals around this person. I see the sun here. I see the zodiac here. And I feel like this person is missing out on how life is beautiful and how many opportunities there are for them, because they're so stuck in this rut of thinking nothing makes sense, everything's boring, I don't find anything interesting. And I do feel like this is just a phase, that this will pass, especially if you're asking for a teenager and they are a bit lost. So they haven't really found themselves yet. Or if this is an adult, they probably had a crisis where their expectations were shattered or their beliefs totally changed, and now they are facing a world that is unknown to them and they don't know what to do about it. So they do need some time to figure it out. But I also have to say that this person is maybe really delaying the improvement, the action of going forward. They have become very comfortable in this position. Or maybe they're a friend that crashes with you, like they crash on your couch and they have been there for like 3 months, even though they said like they would find their own apartment, but they haven't done anything about it. And I do feel like it's becoming a drag for you to deal with them, and this is what is troubling you. And with the aquamarine here, I feel like either you haven't expressed how you feel about them and the situation they're in, or you have said something but not entirely sincere. Like you were not entirely sincere, and I think that this person needs to hear it. Sometimes the truth can be a bit harsh, but that just might be what this person needs to really like get a hold of themselves and really to start to move. But let's take a look at some more cards to get a deeper insight into why is this person acting this way, pile 2. Why is this person acting this way? So we have the Avenger, light attributes, desire to balance the scales of justice, righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. And we have the shadow attribute, resorting to violence in the name of a cause. So with this Avenger here, I'm definitely getting that something was done in a way that this person feels either betrayed, or maybe they had a friend that was very deceitful, but something definitely happened to this person that they feel was not right towards them. And instead of choosing violence, because I do feel that they're not that type, they have like compensated on the fact of wanting violence in order not to hurt anybody, so they become somebody who has completely lost their inspiration or will to do anything. So they didn't want to be the vengeful type, because they know that they will probably hurt somebody. But unfortunately, at the same time, because they were not able to express their anger about that situation, they have completely lost themselves. They have completely lost their will to do anything, and they're just like rolling in this self-pity and meaninglessness of everything, and they are not actually moving. And even though I always say revenge is not the best way to deal with things, But sometimes we need to really express our anger, especially to those who have done something wrong and that caused us to feel bad about it, or we had certain repercussions because of their actions. And I feel like this person really like stopped themselves from expressing that anger. And again, this is probably why the aquamarine crystal is here, because it deals with the 5th chakra. Instead of them telling that person that they hurt them, like they didn't do the right thing, that it wasn't right towards them, like it wasn't fair, I felt like they just like went quiet. They didn't say anything. Maybe they just walked out and left without addressing the situation. And now it's actually like making them stagnant. And I do feel that for this person would be quite beneficial if they could really express that anger and release themselves, free themselves from this state they're in. Let's see what else. Why is this person acting this way? What do you need to know, pile 2? We have the hidden path, the marriage of spirit and matter. With this card, I do feel like it's very important for your person to understand that staying in this situation, in this state they're in at the moment, really reflects on the rest of their lives, because I don't think they're aware of that. Either they have a very good situation financially, or somebody's supporting them, so they actually don't feel that if they take so much time to really dwell on their situation and not move or do anything in their life, that it actually creates some repercussions, material, financial, or some other kind of repercussions. And I do feel like there's somebody who is supported in a way, so they're in a way spoiled. That's not the right word, but I hope you get what I mean. They're not in touch with reality, because their actions, these actions that they are actually doing by staying in one place, not doing anything, if another person would act that way, they would have lost a lot. And this person, because they have so much support, they are privileged, because they don't see how this affects their life or others' lives, or how that would affect if they would have to support themselves. So they couldn't decide not to go to work for 3 months just because they feel like they lack motivation, because if they were supporting themselves, they wouldn't have any money to pay the rent, to pay for food, for taxes, etc. And because this person has that figured out in a way, this person doesn't see that this behavior is a bit childish, and it does have real repercussions. And this is where I feel that this person is not in touch with reality. And it's like you or somebody else, pile 2, is making this person stay longer within the situation, because they are like pampering and taking care of them. And that's perfectly fine. You don't want to be cruel to this person, but still, sometimes the line has to be drawn, and let this person really take matters into their own hands. It's like they're denying themselves the right to act. It's like they want to stay in this position, because if they don't do anything, nothing can happen to them. But that is only because they don't have to provide for themselves in such a way. Because if they had to, they would definitely know that not acting also makes consequences. And this is where this person doesn't have the awareness of that. And this is what enables them to stay here even longer. So there are people who enable them to stay in this situation even longer than they should. This is what was the point. I hope I got it across correctly to you, pile 2. Let's see what else. Why is this person acting this way? Why is this person acting this way? So freeing the will, you see, the will. They need to have their own will to go forward. And I do feel like this is an issue for your person because they basically have decided to stay put and not do anything. They don't see a point in moving ahead with their life. And this is actually sad because I do think that this might lead to depression if they stay here a while longer. See what else? Why is this person acting this way? What do we need to know? Being carefree, yeah. It's so much easier to just stay here and not be responsible for anything and not risk on being hurt. And I do feel like this person is actually depriving themselves of the freedom to live. They have confined themselves into this box where nothing happens, nothing can harm them, nothing can influence them, and they're fine here. There are people who are enabling them to stay here for a long time, and that's fine with them. And they are not moving. And it's such a waste to see a person so demotivated, so without ambition, without inspiration and motivation, that it feels like a waste of time, like a waste of life. These are strong words, I know, but it does feel like that. And I do know the feeling. I've had a point in my life where I felt that way. And now when I look back at that moment, I think to myself, what were you thinking? What were you thinking? You could have done so much for yourself, but you just couldn't move. So I'm not blaming this person. I do understand them far better than some of you might think. But now that I see it, it's just, they're just refusing to see the beauties of life. And I was the same way. I totally see myself a few years ago in this person. And I do wish that I was more thankful and more observant of what beautiful people I have in my life and what beautiful opportunities have been given to me. But I just couldn't. Okay, enough of the reminiscing. Let's continue. Let's see. Why is this person acting this way? Okay, we have 3 coming out. So I'm going to take it. I don't usually take 3, but I do feel like this might be important here. Why is this person acting this way? You have the Justice, of course, underneath the Avenger. Something has been done to this person, that's for sure. We have the Empress. We have the King of Pentacles. And the 3 of Pentacles. So in the middle we have the Page of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, and the King of Swords. The first one that came out was 2 of Pentacles, so I'm gonna put it in the middle because I was trying to get the card for our card number 3. So definitely this person doesn't see the benefit in choosing to change the situation. That is very evident from this pile. And one of the reasons why that is because they feel quite inferior to somebody. So with the Justice card, somebody did something to them. They were not treated fairly. Something was done to them and they feel like they cannot live up to or match that person in some sense. And everything they might be offering is nothing compared to what this King of Swords has or can do or say. And this is why they feel like there's no point in moving, because what I can give, what I can offer here doesn't even come close to what this King of Swords can do or will do. So I'm staying here, I'm not moving. I don't see a solution to my problem, so it's best that I don't move. And I can agree that sometimes when we don't have the solution, the best thing sometimes can actually be to stay put and think things through, to wait to see if there is something that comes up, or maybe if we get a sign to move and then do something. But for this person here in this pile, I see that they are really delaying their progress. They're not moving anywhere. They decided to stay here, not to move, because they see no point in it. And I feel like that is just a matter of perspective, because they feel like they have to go along the certain path that leads towards this King of Swords, but they don't. They have so many opportunities presented to them, but they're only focused on one, which has to do with this King of Swords. And that opportunity, for some reason, is not open for them to succeed. But there are others, but this person refuses to look at those and acknowledge those and decide to do something about it. So with the Empress here that is underneath the hidden path, I feel like this person doesn't really understand how they are depriving themselves from progress, from results, and from some type of status. It can be a lot of things. This is a general reading, so bear that in mind. But I feel like this person, in a few years, when they will look back, they will think something similar to what I'm thinking when I think of myself in that state. And they will see that they have wasted so much time and energy on things that they shouldn't even bothered with. And they will sacrifice a lot of things in this time that they can never get back. And I do feel like this realization will come a bit later on, and they will stay here for a while. With the King of Pentacles, I see that they are being supported to move forward. Either you are the ones that are supporting them, or some male figure like father, grandfather, brother, mentor, teacher. So somebody's trying to nudge them to actually move. Or that can be also a female person, but that is primarily with this person in male predominant energy. And I do feel like this person is trying to show your person, pal, too, that the only way to progress in life is to actually work together, to do something, to build something, and not to stay put and totally give up on life. And somebody is advising them, and I do feel that in time this person will get to them, but sometimes it takes a while. Bear that in mind, pile 2, especially if this is about your son or daughter that has reached teenage years, because I do feel like they need some time to really process what is going on, what they really want, and what is their place in the world. My dear pile 2, hope this helped. Hope this gave you a better understanding of this person and their actions. And I do hope that this situation resolves itself for your best interest and this person's as well. Until next time, pile 2. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. You have chosen the MOOKAITE crystal and the card number 24. So what I get from this card, why your person is acting the way they are, is because they have been put in a situation where they don't want to be in. It's like you have a delicate soul that is very creative, very gentle, very expressive, and somebody said that they should do something very logical, maybe mathematics, accounting, so something that relies more on the logical thinking, more structured thinking, and there's somebody who are very creative, very expressive, very flowy. And I do feel like this person cannot handle being in that situation. It's not their nature. And they're very much conflicted because they feel like they have to be in this logical situation because somebody said they have to, and they value that person's opinion or authority. But they're truly somebody else, a completely different person underneath. And I feel like they're very sad because they feel like this part of them, who they truly are, has not been accepted or acknowledged. And they haven't been encouraged to follow that energy and to really live according to that energy, according to who they truly are. And I feel like this person might be sad often, maybe even depressed, and maybe even introverted. They're not easily accessible. They're not talkative, perhaps, because they keep to themselves, and they're really processing why this is happening to them and why they can't just be who they are, and why can't people just accept them the way they are. But let's pull a few more cards to get a deeper insight into what is happening with this person. Why are they acting this way, pile 3? Why are they acting this way? And I do have to notice and mention that there's a lot of red here, but this dark red, just as this mookaite crystal. So I do feel like this person has a problem with their first chakra, not being able to live off of what they would like to do. Like there are certain beliefs that make them feel that the thing they want to do is not sustainable, will not be able to make a living from. And these are the words that they have been probably fed to their whole life, and they don't know how to do things differently. We have the trickster. So the light attribute is transcending convention, stuffiness, and predictable behavior. The shadow attribute, manipulating others through duplicity. So I do feel like they were tricked. Somebody said that this logical choice is the right thing to do. And because they were brought up believing that this is the only right thing to do, they couldn't act differently. Even though their soul wishes to do something completely different, they're really conflicted about this. And this is why it feels like there's no joy in their life anymore. Because they have nothing to look forward to. Everything they love is put in a cage. And even though they entertain the notion of doing that from time to time, they're left with this chessboard, with this logical way of functioning in life, which is totally not them, not who they are. And they're playing a trick. They are showing to everybody that they are this way, but they're actually somebody who is more creative, more gentle, more soft. And for some sense, this is not acceptable. And it's very unfortunate to see that. I feel sorry for this person. I really do. Let's see what else. Why are they acting this way? Pile 3. Why are they acting this way? We have Gaia. Wisdom, knowledge, and spiritual understanding. Yes, so with this card, I do see that this person lacks understanding on why they were born in that situation, why their upbringing had such a huge influence on their life choices, and how they can gain wisdom from that experience. Because I always say that your biggest block, your biggest problem holds your purpose. So your purpose in life is covered with layers of your biggest problems and issues. And once you get through those problems, once you heal whatever there is to heal, your purpose becomes so clear that you can never unsee it again. And this is what this person lacks. They lack the understanding why they were given such issues, such blockages. Because there are certain blessings that have come out of those blockages for them. They had to learn to do something because of it, which will enable them to live their purpose fully. But until they have this deeper spiritual understanding on why exactly this happened to them and how to use that situation for their own benefit, they will stay stuck here. They will. And they do need to understand things in a deeper sense. Let's see what else. Why is this person acting this way? If this is a friend or somebody who you have a regular interaction with, maybe advise them to go explore a certain religion or spiritual teachings, or to go find a mentor that is a professional when it comes to spiritual topics, because I feel like this person would benefit from that. So why are they acting this way? What do we need to know here? Why are they acting this way? We have light. And more. We have accountability. It's so funny that for all three piles today, I pulled from this deck. This is, by the way, one of my favorite decks. And the majority of the cards are related to certain issues, psychological issues and reasons why a person might have some problems. But for all three piles, we got the positive cards, the cards that turn these people towards the light, towards the resolve of their problem. And it's fascinating to see that, because I do feel like each and every one of you who will pick a pile today will be able to help this person in some way. Like you will stir them in a better direction. This is what I'm getting. You will be a crucial part in their path towards liberation. So we have light and accountability, which fits in perfectly. So in order to get to the light, we need to go through the dark forest. And sometimes the forest can get so dark that we can start to doubt that there is light at the end of it. And I feel like this person just needs to see and understand that there is a bigger reason why they are here and why this is happening to them. They need that light. They need to see it so that they can walk towards it and become accountable, that just because somebody brought you up to live this type of life, you can change that. You can take responsibility for your life in your own hands and actually start building this life. It won't happen overnight, of course, but step by step, day by day, you can come closer to living that life until it just basically becomes the way of life. And this falls away. I do feel that this person needs to get out of the notion that they are powerless here, and they need to take accountability that they are now ready and capable to change something about it. And this will leave them feeling more empowered and have them the feeling that they are free to choose whatever they want to choose. Let's clarify this with the Tarot pile 3. What do you need to know here? Why is this person acting this way? So we have the 5 of Cups, yes. So I do see this person being so disappointed and sad, regretful, because they had to leave something. They had to choose something else, but they don't see that they can still choose something that will make them happy. They are so stuck in this situation that they cannot see that it is them who gets to decide where they want to go and how they want to live their life. And I do feel like they need mentorship. They need an advisor, a spiritual teacher to help them break out of this cage. What else? We have the 4 of Wands, yes. So what I'm getting is that their family really brought them up in a way that they feel like they cannot choose for themselves, like it's not appropriate, and they should live up to their family's expectations. And they have been manipulated into doing whatever they want them to do. They're like a chess figure, like a pawn, and somebody else is moving them along the board, along the chessboard. And where they want them to stand, they'll put them there. And they're feeling powerless here. It's like their life has nothing to do with them. It's like somebody else has control over them. And until they break free from that, they will be in this situation. What else? Why is this person acting this way? The Two of Cups. If this person doesn't have a partner, one of the main reasons is exactly this, because they're just a pawn in somebody else's chess game. Or they have a partner, but they have chosen that partner because somebody else said they were a good fit. And I really feel sorry for this person because they're living a lie. They are not living their life. They're living somebody else's life. Somebody else has the right to tell them and make them live the life they really don't want to live. This is so sad to see. And I do feel like they really need a mentor. Somebody who will find them, like meet at their level where they are, and then slowly build them up, giving them the knowledge and the wisdom and the understanding that they're currently lacking. This person does need help. Seriously, an advisor. We have the Page of Cups, yes, and one more, the Tower. Perfect. I do like the Tower card, even though it's never pleasant, but the Tower card always happens for our greatest good. Even though everything crumbles, people live our lives, we get fired or quit our job, somebody gets angry at us and doesn't want to talk to us anymore. Whatever happens, it is not pleasant to go through, but it's always for our own best good. The Tower demolishes everything that it's not in line with who we truly are, and leaves room for us to rebuild the tower on a firm and solid foundation, and to make that tower look exactly the way we want it to look. And this is why I feel like this person will have a huge transformation in their life once they become accountable for their own life and their own decisions. But first, what I feel so desperately that is needed here is an advisor, somebody who would let them see that there is a light. There is this cup with the fish, so there is something that they can look forward to if they decide to go through this hard and very painful transformation, that it will be worth it at the end. So if you want to help this person, help them find a good teacher, mentor, spiritual advisor, whatever they need, because that will make all the difference for them. My dear Pile 3, I hope this helped. I hope you got a better understanding of why this person is acting this way and how you can actually help them to make better decisions for themselves. Until next time, Pile 3, bye.